Santa Claus is coming to town. What's up, Next Level Games? We got a special edition today. We got Santa Claus today playing Yu-Gi-Oh with us.
So before my trip around the world to all the boys and girls, I thought, you know what? I've done this for 2 years now. I'm going to come down and play some Yu-Gi-Oh and see if I've gotten any better. Newsflash, I haven't. So I'm going to play my favorite deck, inspired by the great Steven Singh. It's Burning Abyss. With just a spicy, with a special tech card for the festive season, but let's get straight into it.
All right, let's do this, man.
So I play one Gofu. I still play Gofu because I do play Link monsters in the extra deck. I'm waiting until the BA Link, and I'm still testing this before YCS. I like it for the moment. It is a dark, so it is a lure target. But just getting like a free decode talker is always good, especially if you open this in Tour Guide. You're just laughing. I'm still gonna try play while it's at 1. 3 Phoenix Rhino Warrior. I used to play PK, and I've come back to BA, come back to my original roots. You need to play 3 of this. Milling this is great. I was resistant to this because I hate opening this and Tour Guide because it clogs your hand because they're both normal summons. But discarding this off like a Twin Twisters or a Mask Change II is really good because you get their effects. And keeping this under a Dante with like Graf and Seer in the deck means unless they create an insane board, you just can't die because you're just going to float for days. So you definitely need to play 3. One of the Bay, Mrs. Claus, Tour Guide. You need to play this card. Wish this card would come back. It never will, but you need to play this in BA because it just enables everything. And it's searchable. And speaking of searchable, it's searchable by this card. You need to play 3 Scarm. You just want to mill this and see this. It sucks when you mill like 2 in a turn or you open 2. But you can discard one off Beatrice and normal the other, and you'll still get the Scarm effect, Scarm search, because searching off this card is essential. You don't need to always search with Tour Guide. If you've opened like Twin Twisters or anything, you can search like a BA that'll float, like Graf or Seer. Really nice. To the next 3 of, I play 3 Fafa. This card's insane. Literally love this card to death because of how much disruption it gives me. I can discard this off Twin Twisters, or if you're playing, if you've got the Fusion on the board, the Fusion Dante, you discard this, you can either banish their stuff, interrupt their plays, or if they don't have a lot of, if you're not very scared of them, banish your own Fusion Dante, and then when it comes back, you can discard again because it's not a hard once per turn, so you just draw 2 cards for a turn. To the 2 best 1-offs in the deck, Seer and Graf. I wish this card was a super, or just this card's just broken. The Seer Dante lives still strong and alive. Graf, I think Graf could come to back to 2 personally. Seeing a discussion about how when the BA Link gets released, they'll want to like promote it and want to sell it as much as they can. Putting this back to 2 will do that. And I'll be very happy with this list. To the 1-offs. To the other 1-offs, we've got Calcab, Alich, Libic, Rubik, and Baba. The only thing I would change about this personally is I like this ratio, but Libic to 2, I think this card's insane because nothing's better than having having a decode talker with a Beatrice and then having a monster that Libic has protected from dying there as like tribute fodder, or if you have Mask Change II, able to be tributed for Dark Law. So then you have a Beatrice, a decode, and a Dark Law, and I really like Libic, so I would put this up. Rubik is just a free special summon, and it is the only tuner in the deck. Barber for burn. Alich is good to send like this to negate things, and Calcab is really good in the end phase to put cards that have been set back to the hand. Another 1-off is Fairy Tale Snow. This is by far one of the brickiest cards in my deck, but it's also one of the best cards in my deck because you can send it off Beatrice in the draw phase when I'm scared of getting Kaiju'd, or when I know they're playing Kaijus. I can mill this. If you open it, that's why I play Twin Twisters and like discard cards, so you can discard this to the grave. I also play the light Masked Hero because I'm testing it out to see how it works with Fairy Tale Snow, because for those who don't know, you banish 7 cards from hand, field, or grave. Special summon this, and it's a Book of Moon, which is really good for interruption, but it also is good because people forget about it, and you can just OTK them on the down low. For now, for the special festive card for the week is 3 Santa Claus.
There we go.
So basically, for those who do not know what this card does, it's basically it's a better and a worse Kaiju. So it's forced to come in defense mode. And if it lasts till the end of the turn, the controller draws a card, so that would be your opponent. And it says 2/5 defense, which is really annoying because Dante can't get over it. But the good thing is you can do multiple per turn, so it's not like Kaiju's where your opponent can only control one. But yeah, so I'm only playing it for this. I'm not playing it YCS. It's just for the festive mood. I hope you guys like this card. I like it too, and it is gold, so I don't play it. So I moved from PK to the hand trap variant, basically after seeing how successful it was, and I missed BA. And I've basically gone back to the hand trap version. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. This card's insane. Can't say enough good things about this card, just how much it stops, and it just makes you feel safer, because like Fog Blade would only negate monster effects, but this could stop so much. And that goes also for the next card, 3 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. So it's a bit hot, it's a bit hot here in Australia. Santa shouldn't be here. This is really good because BA can't really deal with strong monsters in like game 1 and stuff until like Kaiju's come in, or like until I play like evenly matched. This is just really good for just getting rid of them when they're careless and just activating cards, effects and all that. 2 more hand traps, 2 draw and locks. I don't really like the third. I think it's unnecessary and bricky, especially when you're playing too many hand traps. I don't want to open them all. I just want to see them enough. It's really good against, against spirals if they go terraforming, or against pendulums. If they start with Crowback and you drop draw, their turn's practically over. And for the last hand trap, you have to play this card, Maxi.
Yeah, what card? Must play.
Maxi is literally, if you drop this against pendulums when they do harmonizing, they're literally the most upset player in the world. So that's 9 hand traps. I think this is the right number because you just get so much disruption into the game. So that's the monsters. Didn't really count them. To spells, 3 Allure Darkness. Hit and miss in this card. I really like this card because it obviously you draw cards, but you don't plus off of it because you got to banish darks. So sometimes it's clogged my hands more than it's unclogged them, but I really want to see my hand traps and my trap cards. So I play this for the extra draw power, but for the actual plus ones, I play 2 Pot of Desires. I don't understand when people say you shouldn't play this card because you're scared of banishing your 1-ofs. You shouldn't be scared of banishing your 1-ofs. You can search them up, all of them up with Phoenix Rhino Warrior, Scum. Foolish Burial gets you the job, and then you just play this and you just get free cards. So can't say enough good things about this. And if I do end up making Omega, I just put them back.
Haven't been able to activate.
2 Twin Twisters. I was playing 3, but I took 1 out for the Santa Claus because it's a locals event. And you have to play Santa Claus at Christmas. This card's insane, especially in BA, I think, because you can end phase, pop 2 cards, put 2 back row. Discard like a Scam or a Graph and then get a BA ready to go, or Scam search Tour Guide for your turn ready to go. I think is insane. I've always tossed up between this and Cosmic Cyclone because sometimes you won't have cards in your hand, but just how much my deck relies on the graveyard, this card's insane. 2 Mask Change to Seconds. I do play the Mask Change variant. I play a very aggressive BA. That does include the Sir Dante loop, which is just the best defense mechanism in the game. So I can make Darklaw and Koga with this, so I can send any BA, which get their effects, especially the discarded one, so I can make Darklaw and Farfa like what the problem is. And then if they try, then they just burn too many resources trying to get around Darklaw. And then Koga is just, I'm testing out for the OTK, but I rate Master Change a second. You don't have to play it, but I think when the BA link comes out, this card will just get even better. Foolish Burial, this card's insane. This card literally just gets you any card you want. I could send Snow, but I don't really like sending Snow Foolish. You can send this, like if you open this in Desires, you send Rhino, get Graph, and then get Seer out of the deck, and then you play Desires without the scare of, without the fear of banishing those 1-offs. If you banish Snow, so be it, but if you build a strong enough board, you don't really need Snow. And last but not least, Soul Charge. This card's bonkers. The amount of times I've opened this card, go through and Rhino, and just literally just like milled cards, and then played this turn 1 to make like Omega, Beatrice, Decode, and Proxy. Literally, most opponents scoop to that because I've disrupted their hand. I sent Snow to the graveyard, and I've just got Tour Guide for the next turn. So like, I really rate this card. You should be playing this card. 3 traps, I only play 3 traps, and it's Anti-Spell Fragrance. I just play this just for pendulums and just any rogue deck. It's even good against spirals because they can't set up Spiral Resort and all that, especially when you want to slow them down. But I would like, it's mixed between this and evenly matched if I want to play like more like a go second one. But I like going first. When I do go first, if I can set up Beatrice and this, and I'm very happy. So that's the main deck. Now for the extra deck, just got deck dividers and tokens.
That's the prettiest.
Sure it back to 1. So for the extra deck, I play 2 Dante, Travel of the Burning Abyss. I know it's not 3. I never really think the 3rd comes up. and that's just coming from me, who I love BA, I love Burning Abyss. The third rarely comes up, and usually I'm making one, I'm milling 3, and then I'm making Beatrice, and then I'm just incurring the Sir Dante loop. And I use this under Downward, and I keep using the same one, and then if I make the second one, I mill just to give more firepower to Snow, and then I just hit them for 2-5, and then I do something else with it, like I make F0 and all that. I'm barely making the third. Beatrice, she's the second bay. I cheat on her sometimes with Tour Guide, but this card's insane. For those who don't know, it's usually 2 level 6s, but if you have a BA extra deck monster, you discard a BA monster and make this over it. You can't use the effect that turn you do that, but it is literally a foolish burial for anything, so you can send anything. The amount of times I've even sent Kaiju Slumber in the end phase just to search a Kaiju to get rid of a problem. I can't say enough good things about these cards. I play Virgil and the Fusion. These can be brought out also by Beatrice, but I play Rubik to make this. I didn't make this today. I didn't play this when it was PK. I brought it back in because you can shuffle. It is a target shuffle, which is a problem, but when it dies, it draws a card, and it can be brought back off, so when it dies. Yes. I like this card, but this card is the MVP. When this is brought out, I rarely lose when I summon this card. It can't be targeted, and once per turn during another player's turn, I can discard any BA card to draw a card, and that's insane with like disruption, like Fafa, or end face discard Scam, or discard Sir, draw a card, and then get Dante back, or discard Scam, draw a card, and then like add a Tour Guide.
Especially when you join into a hand trap. That's
exactly. Like, yeah, if I can draw, like, even if it's like at the start of the turn, I rarely do it at the start, but if I can draw it and then like draw like an Ash Blossom, that's just like so much better, because it just helps with like brick hands as well, because you don't want to open too many BAs. You want some defense. Master of Koga, Master of Dark Lord. This is the mask change package. This is just basically for disruption and banishing, and just to catch them off guard when they play recklessly. My theory with this card is, so I would have Snow in the graveyard. I would attack with like, I'd have like maybe a Link monster. Even if I didn't, I'd banish Snow. I'd banish the summon Snow, attack them for 1850. Play Mask Change the second, discard like a BA. Discard any cards, summon Koga, this is back in the graveyard, attack them for 2-5, and then use Snow effect to banish like the Koga and extra cards if I need him to summon Snow, and that's like over 6k damage in just like one move. So that's the theory. I'm going to keep testing it out to see if it works, but I like the idea, so I'm going to keep testing it out. Grand Pulse, basically an MST, and it's a big booty. That's all I can say. F0, this card, I love this card so much. Like, this is a combo I'll usually do. Like, I'll summon Grand Pulse with a Sir under it. I'll detach the Sir, pop a back row, so I've got no disruptions, and then the Sir will bring back a Dante, and then I'll use them to make this, and then take their big monster and just kill them with it. It's really good. Like, if you give them a Kaiju, if they're playing defensive, you give them a Kaiju, like a Dogoran, give them 3k, you take that, and then you just kill them. Break Sword, especially my Diamond Direwolf. It's really good with, like, if you brick hand, like if you brick like some spell or trap cards, you set the spell or trap cards, you pop the spell, and then you pop one of theirs. You generally spell card or even get rid of a problematic monster, and then you've got a 2k beta, but it's also rank 3, which works for F0 as well. This is a new, I'm not going to bother pronouncing that, but it's basically my masterpiece out. So those who don't know what it does, during the damage step, when a Dijin monster I control battles, which is this, I can detach, double its attack, so it becomes 3k, so it just beats over masterpiece, and like in beat over anything like 3k, with under 3k. And it's rank 3. Down to this goes over Dante, so I don't want Dante getting banished. I'm always scared of that. And this does piercing, and yeah, it's really good. Omega. How I make Omega. How I make Omega is generally these two. So I'll summon Gofu first, make the Link play, summon Decode Talker, and if I have Soul Charge, I Soul Charge, and then I can normal summon this, and then I sync these two for the 8, and this gives me Omega, and then sometimes I'll have like a Decode of Beatrice and Omega, and that's like literally party land for me. So I have so much disruption. I have a 2-8 beat stick, and yeah, they usually scoop after that. Proxy Dragon for the 2, go for tokens, can't really say much about it. The best link in my extra deck. Until the BA link, Decode Talker, it's just amazing, especially when people play carelessly. You summon it with their opponent's monster pointing here, with it pointing to its opponent's monster. It can become a 3-8 beat stick. We can just beat over pretty much anything, and that with a Beatrice. And then with Libic, if you summon like a dummy BA here, you can use that effect to tribute it to protect your monsters and then use the BA to your advantage. So that's the extra deck. Now to the side deck. I play one-shot old dragon. This is just basically going first against pendulums because there's no BA in the whole game that goes to the graveyard and pops stuff. So I wanted that, and this is also an allure target. Never use it for that though. It's good to send off Beatrice. 3 Lancia. This is pretty much just to stop anything that banishes like Trick Stars, ABC. I don't really side this in when I know they're playing evenly matched. I have another card for that, but that's pretty much my matches for those. I know I was playing Santa Claus, but I sided the Kaiju package. I'm still going to side the Kaiju package because I'm all about giving gifts to my opponent. I'm not sure if I like this ratio. I think I'll add like the Dark Kaiju because I feel like it's very brittle if I either Desires a Kaiju away. If I mill a Kaiju, because then I only have 2 Kaijus in deck and this makes this very brittle.
Yeah,
especially
I don't see a reason why not to play the Dark Kaiju. I mean, you're running Allure Darkness.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I'm going to add that back, but I was just trying to make space in the extra deck.
Yeah, true.
2 Forbidden Chalices because I cannot say this enough how much I hate Abyss Dweller. I don't really have a problem. I don't really have a problem with Babushka because I either Foolish Burial or I mill and send Farfar to banish it, and then I just continue with my turn. When they draw phase dwell on me, I literally just can't do anything. I literally just try and I just can't do anything. So this is to side in going second, and hopefully, like if I open it and then they go draw phase, I'm like Chalice, and then I can just continue with my turn because like Dweller just literally just kills this deck. So I needed something to stop that. This is my evenly matched killer, Mind Crush. I do play Scolding, but I prefer this to combat evenly matched because if they open multiple evenly matches and then you Scolding the first one, they just activate the second one. You've just paid 3,000 life points for nothing. And this does have versatility with the BAs though, because if you randomly discard a card, you could randomly discard a BA. But I'm not playing it for that. I'm just playing it for people that are just accessible, like search, but just mainly for evenly matched. So as soon as they say battle phase, I'm going to declare evenly matched. And if they have multiples, this has done the job for me. And last but not least, 2 Scoldings. This is mainly just to go first against pretty much anything. You can have these 2 set, or you can have, what I really like having set is, where is it? You can go first against pendulums, have these 2 in your hand, set them both, and then activate the anti-spell, and then have Solemn Scolding live. So even if they try to get rid of this, like so if you activate anti-spell and they chain Twin Twisters, you can chain Scolding because you don't have a set card anymore, and then they're forced to keep the anti-spell. Oh yeah, so that's the deck profile.
Awesome.
So thank you to Chris Chong for recording this. You did well today, mate. Thank you to everyone at NLG for a great tournament. I want to wish everyone in the world a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys in about 4 days. Thank you.
Awesome, and from NLG, peace out.